there is one song by a Ukrainian singer, but very famous in Russia. And in the song, the character is singing, even if you're slightly older than 30, you still have a chance to marry a prince. Yes, but make sure that the prince isn't Leo Tolstoy. Moin moin, dear people, old, new, my friends, the friends of my friends, my relatives, and anyone in the world who found this channel and who thought that the topics I'm talking about might be interesting for them. My name is Anna, of Northern Germany, as always a survivor, a fighter, a writer, and on this channel I talk about writing because I'm an aspiring author, about books, about mental health awareness because some time ago I was diagnosed with a chronic depression, and all this together. Also sometimes I talk about politics because I'm an exiled Russian, and generally because I'm an anxious person and I worry about the world and the destiny of my home country. I often think about the direction in which we are all going. When you're watching this video, it's probably February, deep into February, maybe. And when I'm filming this, it's still the 2nd of January. Finally, like Christmas has passed, the New Year's also passed, and it's a bit sad. Also, I feel a bit of a relief because it was a bit hectic in the past days, all this circle of exchanging gifts, of cooking, of celebrating, of being joyful on time. And I'm not always successful at that, but at the same time I'm sad because my favorite season is over. I really love fall, and December is of course very inspiring, and the 2 months of darkness are awaiting me. Well, when you're watching this, already 1 month, and then usually spring is quite early in Northern Germany. But I decided to restart on my channel with a writing routine, and not just a writing routine, the writing routine from an author who, if you watch my channel, you know, is not my favorite author. I often address to Leo Tolstoy as calling him a bastard because he was a bad person. He was a conventionally bad person. He mistreated his wife. I think even a peasant girl got pregnant from him, committed suicide. I think I read it about Leo Tolstoy. His books are quite difficult to read because they're usually this thick. Of course, Leo Tolstoy was very opinionated. He believed that he was quite intelligent, but at the same time, also like all other people, he had lots of doubts. He kept journals, and in journals, he tried to teach himself through journals to maintain discipline because he believed that maintaining a certain discipline will bring him to success in writing. And of course, it didn't always work. He was angry with himself sometimes in his journals that, okay, today, for example, was a good day, I'm satisfied with myself, but the next day I was idle, I was unmotivated, I didn't want to do anything, etc., etc. Oh yeah, so he is a person of a controversy. And it's normal, because if he wasn't, we wouldn't have been interested in his historic personality. And yeah, you can of course hate me for saying like bad words about Leo Tolstoy, but I have nothing against Leo Tolstoy generally. I'm just not a fan of his books. But he was a great author. And we have to accept that. I have to deal with that. He was a great author. We all know that. I will start with his routine tomorrow. And it was a bit complicated to find his living routine, his writing routine. It was slightly easier in comparison to what I already tried. I already tried Dostoevsky, I tried Bulgakov, I tried Mayakovsky. And with their routine, I had to investigate, I had to search on the internet and also imagine, add up something, because there were no materials published, such as, okay, he got up at this time, he wrote from this till that, because they also worked, for example, Bulgakov and Mayakovsky. And with Dostoevsky, it was a bit different. I think Dostoevsky is probably closer to Leo Tolstoy, because Leo Tolstoy also didn't have a job on his hands. He was rich. He was a prince, so to say, a Russian lord. And he had a mansion, and he had peasants who worked in the fields, and of course then serfdom ended, but it ended nominally, so it still stayed the same. People were still enslaved. They were let go without any house, without any job, and they didn't know what to do with themselves, and many stayed, and they continued being enslaved by their lords, so to say. And why it was slightly difficult, because I don't trust internet anymore, because some resources, I really don't understand where they take this information. For example, on some resources provided, they say that he got up at 6. Then I found information that actually not at all. His kids state that he generally got up after 9, ate 2 soft-boiled eggs, and ate nothing till 17 p.m. or 5 p.m. And then later he added kind of the second breakfast at 5. It was called lunch. And after he had breakfast, and before he had breakfast, he was a bit moody and brushed and washed, and after he cleaned himself and ate his breakfast, he retired to his study, and nobody was allowed to disturb him in his study till around 2 o'clock, 2 p.m., except, according to his daughter, except for his wife. She was allowed to sit silently and do her crafts, like sewing or knitting, by his side. He did the intense working from, let's say, 10 till 2, like very intense working, mostly writing, editing, correcting, rewriting, and his wife also did a lot of unpaid work for him, so we also take this into consideration. And after 2, he went on a walk, and generally various websites say that he was quite keen on doing sports, because it was also like a part of his discipline, of his routine. And I don't know how or when he still managed to do exercises, if he started at 9, between 9 and 10, I don't know. But yeah, okay, he had a very long walk, and often he was late for lunch at 5. And then at 5 he gathered with his family, they had this lunch, and after the time he was generally available for his family. But after the lunch was over, he continued maybe doing some reading, maybe a bit of some work, but at this time, already in the evening, the door to his study wasn't closed and his children could get access to him. In the evening at 10 p.m. they discussed the day at the tea, drinking tea. Tea for a Russian isn't a choice. Tea is the king of everything. Tomorrow I think I will manage to get up around 9. Shame on me. I am actually an early morning person, but the vacation hit hard, you know. What I will be working on? I will be working on a story. I have it in my head right now because I was anxious about the absence of snow. It snowed today, and it's a snow disaster in Hamburg and in the surroundings. But I was so worried about it, so I decided to begin a story or a novel. I don't know what it is going to be. I just want to be creative, and I want to take a break before I go back to my novel because I need to print it and make it shorter. And also I have a political novel to get back to. So I want to work on something like of more a creative flow of something new that actually implies writing, planning and stuff. That's why I chose to do that. Okay, we're starting tomorrow and we are going to do either 2 days or 3 days. We'll see. Okay, don't mind my dramatic face. It's not as bad as it looks. And this is just my typical resting Russian face in the morning. It's not that I usually get up earlier or later than that, around 9. That's my normal time. It's just my sleeping routine was ruined a bit. And also don't believe my face. Again, it's not that bad eating eggs for breakfast. I just had never done it before. And normally I don't consume pure protein. For me it's too much and too little at the same time, but it was fine. Usually I eat muesli for breakfast. Okay, it's 9:43, 44 right now, something like this. Not 10 yet, but I am ready to start. I'm a bit unmotivated. I slept very badly. And generally for the past week I slept horribly. I don't know what the reason for that is. I believe usually when I don't work, I'm not tired enough and I cannot sleep well. Or I don't know what happened. It's annoying, of course. I think it's going to be fine, but it's annoying. That's why I'm a bit sleepy and grumpy. Although you would say you slept till 9. And it's valid enough. I slept till 9, but I slept. My sleep was troubled, and it's quite dark, as you can see, so I had to surround myself with the tea lights and candles, and so far I'm happy. Let's do some writing work. And since I am plotting and planning right now, you won't see me typing a lot maybe. So I will stare at one point and maybe scribble something in my notebook. Or maybe I will just do a research on my laptop. I don't know. Or maybe I will write. I cannot predict that. I ate 2 eggs. I doubt it will be enough for me till 2. Also, I'm not a big fan of eggs generally, and after eggs I have this unpleasant feeling in my stomach. Let's see what is going to be. It was very exciting to work on something new because I haven't worked on something properly new for ages. And of course I wrote articles, but the articles are a bit different. I have been working on my book and I continue working on my book, my first book, the novel that I hope to publish, but you can never know. And I tend to do several things at the same time, so the second novel I also started simultaneously, but then as I'm learning to prioritize, I had to postpone those. And also, unfortunately, this project, I'm very excited about it, but I will have to postpone about it for the sake of my mental health. Look at the trees. I haven't seen them as beautiful as these like for ages. I'm searching for icicles to demonstrate you the most delicious Russian treat, a dessert. And there's a couple, but either because the roofs are built in this way or because people get rid of them because it's quite dangerous, and if your icicle kills someone, you're going to get in a big trouble. Maybe people remove them somehow, so I saw the sympathetic ones. I don't want to shoot them. And the bikes are hibernating. I don't like walking. And this here is of course dangerous. I better walk on the road. What I will allow myself right now and right here. You guessed it. Oh. Can do better. It really can't. Hello. Mind if I join? I already joined. I met a colleague who worked with me in the afternoon care, and he's already retired, so sometimes he comes, sometimes he works with us, and he's in the mood. Sometimes he doesn't, and I always meet someone, always. It doesn't happen anymore that I don't go somewhere to a supermarket or just on a stroll and don't meet anyone. Previously, when my friend, he's a doctor here, and when my friend was complaining that everywhere, wherever he goes, he meets people who he knows. Right? Hello? And I was like, nah, that cannot be. And apparently, it's a small world. It's 5:30. If you wondered if I have been walking all this time and was late for lunch just like Leo Tolstoy, no, not at all. Let's be realistic, guys. It's not possible that I was able to walk for 3 hours. It's just not what I'm capable of doing, okay? I started walking shortly after 2, and I came back 3:30, and I'm actually very proud of myself. 3:30 is a good result. I walked in the forest. I even made bigger circles walking around the town, but it's just not possible. 3 hours. I don't survive 3 hours. It's just already something on the level of Van something that my friends do, and usually I vomit and have migraines after those. But what I did, I came home and I did half an hour of yoga, and then it was already after 4 and I slowly started cooking the dinner, because of course when Leo Tolstoy came home, dinner was already ready, or lunch as he called it. And I am finishing to prepare my lunch-dinner now, and it's going to be a disaster because I forgot to buy Philadelphia for a lazy sushi cake, and I think I don't have enough rice, but okay. I have salmon, it's already good, and avocado, and other things, but okay. What I can say, what my plan is to eat, then I will film some shorts, then I will read kind of in a research type. I will read a bit from the books that I got for Christmas about kids with special needs, and there is one storybook, one kind of teaching book, and it might help me in my writing. Towards 10 I will be reading like a lighter reading because my brain will be dead, I'm sure. I'm already quite tired. It's also because I didn't sleep well. And generally so far I'm satisfied. I'm not sure I will be filming tomorrow. If there's something new or interesting, I will be filming tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll finish this day, try one more day but without camera, and on Monday I will come back with an update. You know what? Tolstoy's writing routine is truly amazing, very productive. You can do a lot, move forward in your projects, also study something, educate yourself, do the necessary amount of writing and reading. But at the same time, this routine is perfect for someone who is free of any obligations, and otherwise this is a very tiring routine. You can see how I'm losing my energy and how I am basically lowering down on my couch, and filming TikToks took more time than I had expected. Then I read the course book about kids and about peculiarities of teaching them if they have difficulties in education and also in their behavior. Then I read a biography by a lady who raised her child who had special needs, like very serious health problems. And then I read Cecilia Ahern, something that I got for Christmas, and that destroyed me. It's after 10 p.m. I feel exhausted, but also I haven't been so productive in my entire life, I believe. I read into several books. I wrote quite some words, I'm not sure how many. And also I did quite some planning. And I also had 1.5 hours of a walk. And I also did yoga. I'm so tired. Oh. And in the end of the evening, I was trying to finish this one. I haven't finished yet. That was my Christmas gift, the gift. And I was quite skeptical. And it's no Virginia Woolf, you must understand that. But somehow it's very gripping. And the main character is such a prick. And it's also an emotional roller coaster, because as soon you start believing in this guy improving, he screws up everything again. It's just incredible. It's such a toxic masculinity, but not even toxic masculinity. I think this one is just he's just an idiot. I've got myself a Zimtstern and a tea, and my 1, 2, 3. Normally I don't drink tea that late because I don't like spending the whole night trying to the toilet. But okay, especially I had lunch-dinner at 5. And I don't feel hungry, surprisingly, but it feels like you need to end the day with something, like some kind of, not a meal, but a treat. Concept of treat is very toxic, of course. I really damn hope I will be sleeping well tonight, because I need to sleep well tonight to make one more day of the routine. But I think I'll be back to you on Monday. I hope it's okay with you that I'm filming the ending of the video with the background of the Christmas tree, because of course in February, when this video is published, there will be no Christmas tree, but I like it so much. I'm tired of myself being sentimental sometimes, but sometimes it's good. It's shedding itself, of course. Won't be able to stand for long, but okay, it doesn't matter. We're talking about Leo Tolstoy and his writing routine. And despite the fact that I don't like Leo Tolstoy and I don't like his novels, his books, but I really enjoyed trying his writing routine. And if I was a full-time author / creator, I think it would have been a perfect routine for me when I still couldn't work because I was still an asylum seeker. And if I applied such a routine to my creative stuff, my mental health would have been much better, possibly, because this routine includes something that is very important when you are self-employed, because I had worked as a self-employed person long ago when I was still an online teacher, and one of the most important things is to take oneself out. I am a very homey person. I don't like taking myself out, and if I don't need anything in particular, to go to a shop or anything, I might stay at home for a very long time, and generally I don't notice that anything goes wrong, but of course my body notices and I start getting headaches and other stuff. And this routine is not difficult from the point of view that it's not like Murakami's routine or other authors who had to get up really early in the morning. For example, Leo Butler. Sorry. I forgot the name of the author, but I really enjoy watching writing routines on Christian John's channel. And Octavia Butler, yes, she had this routine, 3 a.m. Well, Leo Tolstoy didn't have to go to work. He was a lord and he had all the time in the world. But he still saw the necessity in having this strict routine. He went for a walk, for a very long walk. I couldn't possibly do such a walk, but it's very logical, although he did that for the discipline, for the sports rather than for the mental health. But this is that makes a lot of sense. First you work very hard mentally, and then you go air your brains. And then when you have aired your brains well, you eat and then you continue working. That's also nice. Or you do reading or educating yourself or whatever. And I think on the vacation days I would reapply this routine, and if one day I become a self-employed person, creator, whatever, I would also apply such routine, because it's great. It's obviously great. And I didn't expect that I would like Tolstoy's routine that much. And well, he was a great author. I can say nothing about that. If I don't like him, it has nothing to do with him not being a great author. He was just a great author and a man. And as we discussed it with my friend recently, a typical man of 1800s, 1900s, who was like, yeah, you don't understand anything. I will clarify everything in my book. And by the way, I hate women and Jews. I think this is pretty much it. I am a bit tired. That was my first day at work today after the vacation. And I also started the TikTok. They published the first video today, not without difficulties. And my brain is brainless. I'm brainless right now. So I better say bye-bye to you. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. An immense thank you for watching it till the end. Wow, you are amazing. And if it's not difficult for you, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to write a comment and to share your opinion, you're welcome. If you want to write that how dare I am to hate Leo Tolstoy because he's great and I'm nothing, you can also do that, but a diarrhea curse will reach you because apparently, as I found out recently, I'm a very powerful witch. I didn't expect that. I think I have by now already a TikTok or a short video somewhere on my Instagram about that. Yeah, okay, so have a nice everything, and I will see you in the next videos. Tschüss.